In this video, I'll guide you through how to use ClickUp as a virtual assistant. By the end, you'll have a simple system you can reuse for every client, so you always know exactly where everything lives and what needs your attention next. Let's start with the big picture. As a virtual assistant, you're usually juggling multiple clients, each with their own projects, tasks, and priorities. ClickUp can quickly become messy if you just start dropping tasks in randomly. So the structure we'll set up is very straightforward: one folder per client, one list per client inside that folder, and then we'll add all of that client's tasks into their list. This keeps your workspace clean, organized, and easy to scan at a glance. First, create one folder per client. In your ClickUp workspace, go to the space where you manage your client work. This might be a space you've created just for clients or virtual assistant work. Inside that space, choose the option to create a new folder. Name the folder clearly so you can recognize the client instantly. A simple format like the client's business name or a short, consistent naming style works best. For example, you might use something like Client Online Boutique or Client Podcast Production. And the main idea is that each folder represents one client and nothing from other clients should be mixed in there. As you bring on more clients, repeat this process so every client gets their own dedicated folder. Over time, this structure helps you switch between clients quickly without hunting through shared spaces or mixed task lists. Next, within each client folder, create one list for that client. Open the folder you just made and select the option to add a new list. You can keep the name very similar to the folder or use it to show the type of work you handle for them. Since we're keeping things simple here, you can just mirror the client name or label it as client tasks inside their folder. The reason for having one list per client, even though you already have a folder, is that lists are where tasks actually live in ClickUp. The folder is more like the container and the list is the working area. If you want to get more advanced in the future, you could add more lists for different types of work, but starting with a single list keeps everything easy to manage. Now, it's time to add client tasks. Inside the client's list, begin creating tasks for every piece of work you need to handle. Add a clear title for each task, like schedule social media posts for next week, or update client's calendar with meetings. When you create a task, you can also assign due dates, add descriptions, and use subtasks if a task has multiple steps. As you build out tasks for each client, try to keep them specific and actionable. That way, when you open your list, you can immediately see what needs to be done instead of having vague items that slow you down. You can also drag and drop tasks to reorder them by priority or switch views inside ClickUp if you prefer to see them as a board or calendar. By creating one folder per client, one list per client, and then adding all of that client's tasks into their list, you create a simple, repeatable structure that scales as your virtual assistant business grows. Whenever a new client comes on board, you just repeat this process and you're ready to start organizing their work in ClickUp right away.